Good morning. Today I did the reading at 7:07 a.m. and today is an interesting day as we get the Seven of Swords and how it relates to the reading. Very interesting. This is a second new moon this month, and it is a rare black moon, meaning it is not visible at all. Today is December 30th, 2024, and it is a 5-0 energy. Five is going to be divine chaos, divine intervention. Monday is today, excuse me, is Monday Moon Day. The crystals for the day are going to be moonstone, labradorite, selenite, pearl. And what today is about is the emotional well-being. This is the bright black tarot. And today is a day where you set your intentions with the new of the moon. We get the Four of Wands and the Seven of Swords. The elements involved are fire and air, and they are both in cardinal houses, which means fast acting, very powerful houses. The Four of Wands involves the two major arcana of the Empress and the Emperor and relates to the third decan of our first house, which is going to be Aries, and the decan is Venus. So there's this masculine, feminine back and forth going on. And what is it trying to tell us? Well, beauty weds the architect. Venus wants to create, but must resolve her shadow. Pluto in Aquarius, in our first house, is opposite Mars in the seventh of open enemies in Leo, where we're seeing quite the drama unfold. The playful game of partnership versus survival and how we build. This moon is asking us to spend some time in introspection so we can gain and be about renewal. We are in fear, many of us, for our future. Saturn in Pisces, stoking the fear is about money in our second house, where we are being told, run and purchase things, hurry up. Don't do that. This fear is being stoked on purpose. It's a form of theft that robs us of our ability to think straight. When you're running in and purchasing every gallon of olive oil, what are you doing? You're acting elitist. Get one, leave the rest behind for somebody else. We as a framework will make clear that we are not how we see ourselves. We are learning to see our personal structure, our power, what it looks like. What we, the people, will seek is stability and joy, regardless of the noise and the shadow of a process that has provided only for the very few. It is collapsing at this time, and Pluto in Aquarius says so. Our good, for our good, and our ongoing survival, we are being taught what responsibility really looks like. We are facing uncertainty for sure. The fears are about the subconscious exploration. We can have stability and success when we deal with our hidden fears. As these are being exposed, we can navigate the uncertainties. We will overcome these obstacles, provided we do our inner work. It's a very important time to be in self-reflection, trusting intuition while overcoming what will be challenging times. we will see open theft and must take joy in the small victories. It is time to have a mindful practice. Humming is a very good one. You can't think when you're humming. As for our Seven of Swords, this is an air card. We have fire and air. And really, what are we dealing with? A lot of hot air in the public. The two major arcanas are the priestess, the high priestess, and the star card, and the moon being in our second house in Aquarius is saying to us that we do have a divided mind, and we are dealing with the Lord of unstable efforts. This may look obvious to the people, but to those who want everything that is available are basically parasites, showing their tendency to devour everything for themselves. There's 53 of them with everything, having all resources and fighting amongst themselves to gain more than the other. It's a disease. They're looking to gain on each other. And in doing so, there's tons of manipulation and deception. The sun and moon, both in the 12th house of self-undoing. We will witness this shadow in a very public way as leadership falls. We are in a much more clever way than we know. And those of you who marked your piece of paper one way versus those of you who marked your piece of paper another way, will be coming together and for the good of all, because we can't remain divided. And we must see that we live in a system that denies us care on some very basic levels, housing, medical, that is unusual. This isn't something that goes on throughout the world. It's what's going on here. And basically, for the sake of 53, Pluto is saying that's outdated and it needs to stop. As a result, we are thinking finally a little more strategically for our own good. We will redefine what ego is, and we will rebuild in authentic ways and properly align with our truer selves and our planet and home and the needs of both, because we cannot live on a planet that's ready to fling us off because we've not paid attention to what's truly unfolding. Depression and anxiety, something we are dealing with on a massive scale at this time. There's not enough pills to help us with this. What we must do is stop living in the past, and we must stop looking at the future and remain in the here and now. And in doing so, things will occur to us that will help us find our way through it. Have a practice of humming, have a practice of going somewhere in your mind that helps you to not focus on the negative. And with that, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me on this Decan walk. Thank you.